Hi guys, I'm going to put together a really cute Just a Note card. I went ahead and stamped it because that's all of the stamping that I'm going to do is that sentiment right there. And it came from this little stamp set that I got from Joann Fabric. It's this one right here. These are in the $1.99 bin, and I quite like them, honestly. For only $2, you can grow a pretty good collection and selection of stamps. Because now they have, I think every time they come out with a new set, there's like 3 or 4 new ones. Anyway, that's what I'm using, is this one here. I'm using a black card base that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have one mat that goes on the inside. It's cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Then for the outside, you may think this is a bit excessive. However, it has been my experience that it just feels nicer and, in my opinion, looks nicer, especially when you're going to do a plain and simple card. So I have several mats that go on the outside. The first thing I did was stamped the sentiment, Just a Note, on white. Then I backed it on black, and I backed it on white again. Then for my mats for the outside, I have one that's cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. A black one that's cut at 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Then another white mat that's cut at 3 1/2 by 4 7/8. And finally, another black mat that's cut at 3 3/8 by 4 3/4. I have out a black and white baker's twine. This is one of them that I'd gotten from Dollar Tree. I'm still trying to use these guys up. What inspired this card was some flowers that I purchased at Tuesday Morning last year. I'm still trying to use much of the stuff that I purchased last year, and I'm outside of some stamp sets. I'm trying to not buy any more materials. I'm trying to use up what I have. But these beautiful flowers were in a package that I'd gotten again from Tuesday Morning. Those are 2 separate flowers with a brad. It's the big black and white one, and then this small center flower, all black with a black brad. I think it's gorgeous. I put a dent in my paper, so I'm going to try and rub it out of there. There we go. I know everybody that I send cards to have really been enjoying receiving those cards. The reason I'm not putting these directly down to the card base yet is because I need to make holes for my brads to go through. I could just glue them down, but I feel like if I remember it before I start sticking things down, then I should just go ahead and poke the holes. Just gives it added security, in my opinion. Isn't that pretty already? Now I need some foam for my sentiment. Alright, so I have that pre-prepped. And I need to figure out where I want to put my flowers. Where's my pencil? And it's not going to be perfect, but the whole card is not going to be perfect because I don't do perfect. Now I can put my flowers on there. I feel like with a black and white card you can't go wrong regardless of what your regardless of what the occasion is. They make beautiful sympathy cards. They make beautiful wedding cards. The only thing that I would not use a black and white card for is like baby showers, but there's nothing wrong with that. I'm using a lot of glue because I want to bury this center knot in the glue. It dries clear and it dries matte. But I have found for me, when I do it this way, then my bows tend to not try and untie. I have this black bling that I got from Walmart. It's self-adhesive. What about this one? I probably will have to use some glue on this one. Let's see. I like that. Whoops. And the last thing I need to put on here that I put on every card is one of these little silver hearts. I could use the little bling hearts that I got from Dollar Tree, but I prefer those little silver ones. because they're one of those things that people don't realize and recognize right off the bat. It's after them looking at the card multiple times that they actually see the little heart. And I got a ton of these little hearts. See, I don't know how many's in there. Bought them on eBay, not last year, but year before. I've given some away, and I've been working on this pile for at least a year and a half. So I need my pickup tool that I hardly use. Let's put it right here on top of this J. There. Only other thing I need to do is put on the back who made it. And then it's done. Isn't that pretty? I think monochromatic cards are very beautiful, in my opinion. Now I like all color, let's put it that way. And I like the busy cards, but I think the simplest cards make the most elegant cards. That, again, is my opinion. So what do you guys think? Thanks for spending a little bit of time with me. I certainly appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great day and a glorious tomorrow. Bye, guys.